What's good, fam? Welcome to Subs Over Dubs anime review of Vinland Saga. We're gonna be covering episode 19 and 20. My name is Reese. Here joined my homie AD, and we're gonna talk about the latest episodes from Vinland Saga. So, man, we're getting to the climax of what we've been waiting on. Canute's touchdown. He's pulled up on Catil and his farm and said, "Hey, you coming? Surrender now, or we're gonna have to take you down." And obviously Catil's trying to get all the people that's on the farm that owes him debts to, rally. And he doesn't, his son does it in a way which is smart. He gathers all the troops, like, hey, someone's trying to attack us. Gather all the troops. If you fight for me, we're taking your debt away. But he's not telling them at the same time who they're fighting, because if a lot of people knew they were fighting the king, they're like, nah, I'm good.
Like, good on that.
I get my debt wiped for what? To be held as I don't know if it'd be treason, but like a war criminal. So they played that pretty good. But we see in this episode kind of the stratagems, if we want to call it that, of what the plan is. So basically, we got them all lined up on the field, and it's Operation Meat Shield, because Thorgil's already, posted up in the water.
A little plan.
Swimming in the water with his brother Olaf, I believe is his name.
Yeah,
he couldn't even make it.
Yeah, couldn't make it.
He was like, man, I can't do it. The sword's heavy, man. And he started crying. And, that's a whole nother character that's I was interested to see how he's going to develop, because he went from all about going to war, becoming a man, and having to, essentially kill someone and being in war, to...
Not even showing him.
I mean, he tried, but he just don't got it in him. He don't got that dog in him.
Yeah.
And it's a war, and being a man, based on what he thought it was a lot more than he was able to handle. Because when he was across the water, he killed someone and it shook his whole core. Like, he was like, he's not the same anymore.
I don't like
He wasn't feeling it. So we got him, didn't make it. His brother went to go solo Canute from behind. We got Snake on the battlefield, basically the only person who can put hands on the other team, because we got farmers and your everyday Joes out there fighting a war against one of the toughest armies in the area. And they kind of knew what it was, because they're like, I killed someone before, and it was I guess it was, we can say it was easy. And I believe it was Fox, the one of the henchmen under Snake. And he's seeing real time that the people they're fighting are slaughtering us, and they're having fun. They're not just killing us. They're like messing around. So you see one of the other henchmen, I forgot his name, the bigger guy, get his arm cut off, and he's sitting there swinging the axe, and old dude is just like playing around like, oh, you can't touch this. So, man, it's just a lot of things moving at once, and they're getting worked. But little do they know is you got Thorgil coming out the water, creeping up on him, and he made it, man. But just like I thought, man, anime fashion, obviously he's not gonna get the kill. The way they did it was kind of whack. I thought, what's his bodyguard's name? Is Patier? Yeah, the blind guy, or not blind, but he got the Brock look. You know what I'm saying? The eyes closed. He pushes forward a little bit, and why this man he had a great tactic. Swam up on him. The rear was available.
Captain left.
All you gonna do is run up and scream the whole way. Like, come on, man. Then proceeds to kill the guards, put him on the ground, and tell him, I don't have time to talk, just to talk to him. Like, you know what I'm saying? He could have killed him in that instant, but it gave them the opportunity to get his wrist fucked off, and then Batier's like choking him out, which I don't know why I guess he didn't have another dagger on him or anything, but just got his eye plunged in. That was kind of gruesome.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy. 2 fingers in.
Oh, man. Hey, my man took heavy damage. So we have that going on. Then on the side, we got Einar and Thorfinn and Leif and Thorfinn wannabe trying to, I guess, resuscitate Arnheim. And, man, like, this is why I don't like Einar, man. You got a guy who's chasing a girl that already has a husband, that had a kid, that was the plantation owner's succubus, or not succubus, but like
Yeah.
the girl. At the end of the day, it's like, what are we doing here, man? I know she might be the only female you interacted in those years y'all was clearing trees, but come on, you about to be a free man.
Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, I probably wouldn't have been able to give up my life like that. Like, you about to be free. So, like, why you gonna try to help this girl escape, knowing it might cost you your life when you already a free man?
And there ain't nothing in there for you. You got, at the end of it all, you got to thanks.
Yeah, because you love her, but she never said it back.
Yeah, this is a
like,
friendship.
You was trying to help her be with another man.
I know.
That's kind of crazy.
So I mean, I don't get it.
I respect him for it, but I couldn't do
I
it.
don't respect him for it. I kind of low key. It's like, really, this is what we doing? Like,
I mean, I feel like he cared for her enough so he can go help her out.
Yeah.
Like, he trying to help her. Like, because he already know he good.
In a way, I felt like he already knew kind of the outcome, because even if he became free, she was never going to be free.
Yeah, that's.
So it's like,
I
well,
was
we're wasting time.
Trying to help him.
Yeah,
Help her.
we're wasting time out here, and then you risking your livelihood, your freedom for something that what you want is a relationship, a life with her that you'll never get. And
I mean, maybe he thought since Gardner, I think.
Gardar,
Yeah,
the husband.
I guess he felt like since he died, then maybe he gonna step up and be the dad that the little kid might need. Like, I guess that's
That
what he
ain't
thought.
it, man. Listen, guys, listen. That ain't it. You gotta find your own, man. But man, he did go. I guess we seen him what he's capable of. He went Hulk mode once he seen Catil and Snake come back from the battlefield. He's knocked out and he's like in a rage because he killed R9. But I mean, where was all this rage at? Like a long time ago. You could have.
I mean, but really, that rage ain't even do nothing for him. He still got
True.
set down just like that. Like,
Hey man, Thorfinn said, "Hey, calm down, wake up."
like, don't be like me.
Hmm.
Not gonna end well.
Gave him that left, or I want to say he gave him a left, maybe it was a right. Anyway, sat him down.
Yeah.
Wake up. And so I think we were talking off air a little bit. So what's up, man? Why do you dislike Teal in this moment?
Like, in this moment, first of all, he had no reason to be beating that girl like that just because she wanted to.
Well, I'll give pushback. I would not. This is how I see it, right? He's wrong in a sense because obviously you shouldn't, but you gotta look at it. There's a lot of angles to look at this, and I talked about this in a previous episode. On one hand, he's a slave owner, but on the other hand, he's actually a decent one for the most part. Others, right? So because he gave others the opportunity to give their freedom, but for her, she never had that choice because like that's his.
He wanted her.
Yeah. So she was never going anywhere. And in a moment where everything was turning on him, you know, King turned on him. Forgot what else. Something else happened. She was the only one he confided to her in those early episodes. He cared about her, and to see that even though she was a slave, he treated her decently. As decent as you can treat a slave. She's still a slave. Don't get me wrong.
Okay, but
it could have been worse, right?
Could have been worse, but you also have to think about she was married to a whole nother man.
Well,
so
it's true.
I mean, like, you have to think about it. Like, would you want to be with somebody that just like your master, or you gonna go back to your wife?
Of course not.
Yeah. So,
but it's a couple things.
I can see why she wanted
do
to
we
leave.
know that he knew that she was married? One, because she was bought as a slave. I mean, maybe you can assume she said that. But we don't know. Yeah, I don't think they ever talked about that part. So that's one way to think about it. You didn't know, like, okay, this was a wife, but there's a high potential. But at the end of the day,
I think the wife brought it up to him. That's how when she told him about the escape, that she tried to escape. Like, yeah, like her husband came back for her.
Well, no, I'm talking about before that though. Like, they already had that relationship, but he didn't know, like, she, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So he developed a relationship with someone who he just thought was a slave, didn't know his prior wife, had prior children before war, and she became a slave. So again, they had all those, pillow talk conversations, and he confided in her. And then,
look at that.
Yeah,
I feel like he knew.
I'm not. Listen, I could have missed it, but I'm just saying, look. At the end of it all, it's not all just black and white. I'll say that. Was he right in the fact that he beat her essentially to death? In a way, no, because I'm gonna tell you why. She saved her husband, and he went and killed, I don't know, maybe 5 people, right? So, and in a way, that's why Snake was so mad. It's like, why is his life worth more than his men and the other people he killed?
Okay, but you also have to think about like the people he killed also killed that man's people too. Like they was all slaves over there. So like they was getting abused and all of that.
Well, we don't know if they were part of the war that caused them to be slaves. I don't think that is just there.
But they killed people too, is what I'm saying.
So because
you can't get mad that your people finally getting the short end of the stick.
I mean, I guess, but I still think, I don't think his killing is justifiable as much as the other people's. Does it make sense? Because like,
I mean, he's just going there to get his girl. They attacking him.
Yeah, but unfortunately he's not a free man, so it's not like, I understand what you're saying. We logically, that's my wife.
Himself.
I mean, he did more than that. He was killing everybody.
They ran up. They got the problem.
That's what I'm saying, and that's why I say, in a way, it's like, because, like, think of it this way. She basically freed a criminal that went on to kill more people, and that would be like aid. I don't know what it'd be the real crime today, but like that's aiding and assisting a criminal activity. So she's like murder by association. So that, and back in those times, that probably get you killed too. So that's why I say like it's mixed. That's why it's so many just ways to look at this.
Since we're talking about him though, see, I wanna like he goes to take his anger out on the girl though.
Mm-hmm.
He knew about Thorfinn and them. He didn't run up on them though.
It's because that relationship he had with her.
Yeah, but I feel like
she was the closest one to him.
Yeah, but it's also the fact like as soon as she told him that she was pregnant with his child, I feel like he should have stopped there.
He couldn't trust her anymore though, because she tried to escape.
I mean,
listen. I understand what you're saying. Like, if I was a slave and I was in a situation, I try to escape too. But you gotta look at it. It's like he's looking at it like, look what all I've done for you. Like, yes, slavery. I'm not advocating slavery, but it could have been worse. You could have been with another slave owner, and it could have been way worse, right? So he's in his eyes is like, this is what I did for you. I took care of you. Even though you were a slave, I treated you a certain level of decency, I guess we can say. Versus we're at
it. A slave. I feel like
no, listen, I hear you, but I'm just saying you can agree he. Compared to like what you would think in that time, he's probably a better slave owner than others. Because at least he gave some people. I
agree to him being a good slave owner.
Better. I'm not gonna. I don't know.
But I can't say that he's a good person. Like I'm saying, like he's still weak for that moment.
I think the other reason too is like he had to, since it was the ultimate betrayal on her end, and because of the damage she done. She couldn't go unscathed because it's a precedent. Like if he allowed her to walk away with just a slap on her wrist.
Well, that's why I was fine with those few hits, but it's the fact that he starts stomping and everything else. Like he started going crazy more.
Shit,
like that's the reason why Snake had to come in and come stop that. I was like, all right, now you doing ODing at that point.
I'll accept that. My boy said I was okay with the first.
I'm like, I understand that he had to show some type of.
All it takes is a one hit. Potentially for miscarriage, so I mean, it's either you take it all, or you don't do it at all, man. You can't. There's no middle. There's no fence sitting on that situation. But that's why I'm just elaborating on all the different reasons why you could argue, not saying it's right, it's justified.
Okay, but that's just for that part. Okay, we can go to the war too. How he trying to make everybody fight for him. When they only just there for land, like he trying to make everybody.
Well, he has to, because he has to. I'm not saying it's right, but it's like, what's the alternative? He doesn't have them fight; they lose the land anyways. So even though they might not instinctively want to fight,
either way, those slaves would have been in the same position, so it just would have been serving somebody new. That's why the dude even went off on him. He still tried to make that man fight for him. The guy that put him in.
Because he owes the debts. Because
yeah, he was like. Like they after y'all. They not even worried about us. And he not even fighting. He's just sitting on his horse the whole time. I'm like, you gonna get off the horse and do something?
Hey man, the king's going last, man. If the king falls, we all fall.
But he should have did something. They there for
Yeah,
him.
he did. He went out there and got work.
Yeah, he got hit one time, man. I'm like, dang.
Slept him.
Then let's talk about the fake name that he been using his whole life.
Hey, I can't cut him slack for using someone else's valor.
That part right there.
Boy got stolen valor for sure. And listen, I see the goods. He's human. I see the good sides or things he tried to do right. I seen his bad sides, and he's human. Like he was a broken man coming back from, think
No
about
excuse.
it. Think about.
They are broken, man. There's no excuse.
I would just say this, man. Like, how would you feel in the sense that, okay, you paid your dues, you've been paying taxes, go to the king, you come with gifts just to be told, hey, we taking all your shit. You know what I'm saying? You feel some type of way. You like, I did this, I paid my taxes my whole life, and you just gonna come and take everything just because of the 8-year war? You'd feel some type of way.
Yeah, I would, but I'm still gonna fight. I'm not. If I do fight, I'm gonna fight too. I'm not gonna let all these men go in there and fight.
Hey, he
for
did
me.
fight. He just, you know what I'm saying?
He didn't.
He
Fight.
can't go in the first wave.
The only thing he did was attack his own man throughout that whole little war area. Like what? Like he trying to grab him to make him stay and fight.
Hey, listen. Sometimes the commander, it doesn't mean he's a warrior, man.
Cause now we don't know how they would have turned out. So say they didn't retreat,
Mm-hmm.
and then say everybody there gets slaughtered.
Yeah, they'd lose.
Like what is he gonna do? Like is he just gonna sit there and just like?
I think he'll fight and die. But it just
Yeah, I
like
don't
he
think
got
he
worked
would've
anyway. But he did though. He tried to fight. And just got.
He didn't. No, he didn't try to fight. He tried to stop his man from running
Mm-hmm.
and got hit. That's not fighting. He got knocked unconscious for using a fake name that he didn't have.
Hey, listen.
That's why I don't like him as a kid. And using that. He even tried to use it in the war too. He's like I'm the Iron Man, Iron Fist, whatever. Try to use that.
I mean, everyone knows. Like even though it's not him, that's who that is. That's why he didn't really say
But
it.
Snake and his man knew the real.
Well, Snake knew. Then he told his group, like,
Yeah.
"Hey, listen, I know who the real. I was looking for him because he trained me. This is not that guy, but took care. I'm gonna do what I gotta do." So, listen. Hey, I hear your viewpoint. I was just trying to shed light on another angle that you may have not thought of, to give justification for some of the reasons.
I give it like a 60-40.
As far as like good to evil or bad to good.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, I can take that. I can deal with those numbers.
He did do some good things. Like he at least give them a chance to that freedom. I respect that.
Some
part.
people.
Yeah, some people. I give that.
But that's better than
respect that.
most.
Yeah. Compared to higher.
You know, I would think overall he was a good person.
Good slave owner, bad person.
I think he's just human. He tried to do his best under the circumstance. Cause like he was never a person to really be that harsh. Cause if you remember, the little kid stole some food and they're like, "Hey, you need to break his hand." And I don't know, did they even hit him? I don't even remember. Oh yeah, he hit him, or did he? I'm trying to remember, he hit the kid or not. But he was hesitant. Versus like when Arnheit did it, like he was already, everyone turned on him, she turned on him. He was like, "Fuck it, if I can't trust you, I don't trust anybody. I only trust these hands now." And he went to work. But hey, listen, this is what I like about Vinland Saga's first season was a lot of action, good storytelling. This season you're getting a lot of in-depth like transformations because you have Canute and Thorfinn kind of switch roles. One was more about peace. The other one was essentially a ruthless killer. And over time, you see them swap. To get their ideals across, they swap how they do it to accomplish.
Think in a way.
I mean, it's essentially what's happening.
Yeah, it is what's happening, but I feel like Canute still like he's basically on like Thorgil's brother level. Like, I mean, I feel like he's still scared at the end of the day, but he know he got all these men to back him up, so he's trying to act all like tough, like a king should.
Maybe. I mean, I think he's just doing all the things. He's doing what he deems necessary to achieve his goals, and that means even going as far as killing his own brother.
Yeah, that's crazy. I ain't got that kind of party. kill my own brother just to get some land when he was already gonna give it.
It's more than well. He didn't give it to him fast. He wasn't gonna get it in time, essentially. So again, we're looking at a story of a whole bunch of broken and flawed characters. The only thing I dislike, and I see this routinely, I look at comments and when I watch it on Crunchyroll, a lot of people call people who don't like the season or don't like the pacing like dumb. They're all they care about is action. In some ways that can be true, but at the same time I can also say I like this anime. I like Vinland Saga. I do appreciate season 1 more than season 2, but I know what season 2 is capable of at the end of it with all this build up. But I will agree that the pacing is pretty bad. Like let me hear your feedback. Like, so you've been watching it week to week, right?
Yeah.
I guess been a better question for Hell's Paradise, because I'll give you an example. Rebel watched season 1 in one go, and he was like, it was really good, obviously, and you got so much action, and it's all, and if you can binge it, like, it's gonna be amazing. Versus when you come to this season 2, not only is it slower, you're watching it week to week. So on top of coming for a very fast-paced first season, going into a very slow-paced second season, then on top of that, you're watching week by week. I can see why some people might be, like down on season 2 because it's a lot different from what season 1 was.
People expected season 1. I mean, season 2 to be like straight action because season 1 was like straight action. Yeah. But that's probably what they're thinking. But I mean, they figure that people like growing up, like Thorfinn was still like a child at that point. So now like
you're seeing him.
Yeah, he's seeing more of the world and stuff. So like now I think.
What would you say though in season 2? Even they could have done that in like half the time because they spent like probably we can say 16 episodes on just.
I mean, I feel like they just want to just okay, Thorfinn, you're not about that action no more. You're about peace now. Like, so I feel like they had to like build it up for him. Like,
do it. I just feel like it could have been done a little bit faster. That's all I'm gonna say. Because the whole Godar and Arnheim arc, if we want to call it that, this has been about 5-6 episodes from the beginning of him escaping to now. And I feel like you could have kind of cut that in half and got a similar result, in my opinion.
I wouldn't say similar result because at that time, like Thorfinn still ain't really trusted. Like he only trusted Ein at that
Arnheim
point.
or Einer.
Yeah. At that point, he was only trusting him. Like he wasn't even close to her like that. So I feel like they probably needed that part
for him to grow. I mean, maybe. I felt like
when she died, and that's when he decided that he was like, all right, let me go see if I can go stop the war.
Yeah, but he already kind of turned the page on how he viewed it, though.
But he was just gonna leave.
True.
Yeah, once she died, but like he was just gonna leave with her. Like, all right, let me go back to this. Ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm just gonna leave. I'm just gonna go back.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. He wants to put an end to it because he sees the effects that's happening around him. In the beginning, he just changed his tune as far as like he's not gonna kill anymore. He's gonna do right, but he was gonna go on his way and do it. But now I see what you're saying. It changed him in the fact that he wants to stop this in present moment from happening. Okay. Even though that's true, and I appreciate this anime thus far, I still feel that we could have cut down. Maybe early on, then maybe not. You don't divide this last 6 episodes in half, but maybe in the beginning.
Like I like the little build up tension. Like
it wasn't a little build up tension though. It was a lot of build up.
Well, I'm just saying like you ain't really see Thorfinn get into some action like a while. So like when you finally do see it. Yeah, you know it's gonna be like, oh yeah, this.
The last 2 times we've seen him,
he back.
He got in action is when he fought Snake the first time.
Yeah. I was like,
and he fought even people for messing up their land, their fertile land that they had growing. I forgot what they were growing. Jesus Christ. It's whatever. It's so common, and I can't think of what crop. Yeah, the crops, but I'm trying to think of the specific one.
Oh.
It's wheat, I think. I think it's wheat. But I digress. Again, I just see that in the comments. I'll just say it like this. I appreciate the season for what it is, but I think some of the people who defend it and come at anyone who questions the season's pacing, if it's good or not, some of the characters, they're so quick to defend it. I feel like it's almost like One Piece fan. They're like, oh no, this is the greatest ever. But it's like when we watch the product, like I don't get that same energy as I'm watching.
Are you talking about like pacing? Yeah, it's the same as One Piece.
I'm just saying in general, like have you criticized any One Piece fans that get criticism about One Piece?
That's the worst pacing I've ever seen in my life.
Well, yes. We're not just talking about pacing. We're just talking about how they react. So, like, again, you have people, you talk to them about One Piece. If you criticize it, they're like, nah, this is the best. Like, they ain't trying to hear nothing.
Yeah.
I'm getting that same energy from people who really like Vinland Saga. And if you think about it, let's just say you didn't read the manga, right? You just watch it right here.
They watch.
Think about most people who watch Vinland Saga, or just your everyday watcher, and they picked up anime. If they watched season 1, how many do you think realistically would stay for season 2?
Like you talking about like
Just
people
a
that
regular
just started?
person. Yeah, just a regular person.
If they just started anime,
Yeah, you would say a lot.
I don't think they'd be watching it that much. But
Season 2, right?
yeah, I don't think they'd be watching it that much until they see like clips of it, of like a fight scene on it. Then they go like,
I don't think it. I don't even.
A lot of people like to follow like that. Like they'll see a clip and then they'll be like, oh yeah, let me go watch this anime. It's probably fire now.
I personally don't think that'll be the case with this show. It's just too slow for your average viewer because like they're not thinking of like the story. Like it's gonna take a certain type of individual. Either A, you're gonna have to know about the backstory and like be a reader, and that because you kind of know where the story's going because so you're ready to see it come to life. Or 2, you're more than likely gonna drop it because what you're accustomed to with season 1, even though it's continuing the story and it's not linear, it's kind of going down a different path. The things that drew you into season 1 might not keep you in season 2 because it's a whole nother like gear.
Because it took me a while to get past that first episode. I kind of fell asleep on it because I was like, man, what's going on? This ain't what I seen in season 1.
And this is the only reason I say some of it is justified because like it's not just like a few people probably feel this way. I would say a lot of people feel this way. And it's okay to be in the middle. Everyone so far that I've seen is just like they're over here, it's trash, or it's the best thing ever. And it's like it's somewhere in between. Like I can agree season 2 is a lot slower. It's still decent, it's still good. I don't think it reached GOAT status, but we don't know what it's gonna look like until we get to the end of the journey. So that's one thing I'm toughing it out. And everyone tells, well, just drop it. This ain't Dragon Ball Z. Drop it. Like, if you want to ask me, go watch something else. It's like, well, a lot of people invested their time. They want to know how this.
Yeah, I got
exactly. So that's why they're complaining because they're like, man, this ain't what I thought it was gonna be. And it's like, what's taking so long for things to pop up? So, we got a few more episodes left. I think we're on 2019 and 20.
We're at 20.
Yeah. So I think we have four episodes left. 4 or 6. I think it's 4 though. So we're gonna have a nice little run to see how this showdown happens. I think I don't know how it's gonna go. What do you get to put some money on it? My man's about to go 1v100.
I mean, the way he was talking, he was like, I'm coming back alive regardless. Yeah. They only got 100. I got me. I'm good.
Leaf said, hey, we'll be ready to leave whenever you go.
I feel like he going to go over there. He going to try to make peace. But Canoe might not want to hear it. He going to be like, somebody take this man out. And he going to drop a few of them. Then he going to be like, look, I'm here to talk. Then probably drop a few more. Then maybe he'll listen. That's what I see happen. Like,
so the power of the hands is going to compel that conversation?
He going to be like, oh, yeah, I want this man on my team. He might be stronger than Thorgil.
Hey, he did say that, but he's like, well, I wish Thorgil would come back because he's seen like how.
Yeah, so I feel like he's gonna try to
do. Yeah.
Thorfinn instead.
That's an interesting take. We'll see. It's right around the corner, so we'll see what we're walking into. But we're gonna go ahead and shut it down on that one, man. Let us know, guys, in the comments what you thought of the episode, and is it subs or is it dubs? Peace.